attached to people who believe in and share bizarre conspiracy theories. Well, tonight, secret recordings from inside an operation run by the troubled Millersville Police Department provide a sobering answer to that question.
Those secret recordings were obtained by News Channel 5 investigators from inside what was supposed to be a sting operation to nab child sexual predators. But as you are about to hear, in their zeal to make some big cases, Millersville conspiracy-minded cops appeared to have crossed the line of what is legal.
This is another exclusive dug up by our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams. And what you've uncovered, we've heard some of it. It's disturbing.
Yeah, you know, sick individuals prowling online spaces in search of children is a real concern for law enforcement. And agencies like the TBI have had real success in busting those predators. But this Millersville operation appears to have been flawed from the very beginning.
I'm not authorized to just do this.
In the 15 years that Nick Leonardo has helped News Channel 5 sort through sometimes complex legal issues.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I used to have one.
None compares to these secret recordings that we obtained from someone inside what was supposed to be a sting to catch child sex predators.
If you've been getting scam texts like these, it means your data was probably leaked online somewhere. Most
Bad boys, what you gonna do? That sting touted in this cheesy video posted online was run back in May by Millersville's conspiracy-minded Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor and a colorful cast of characters he assembled for the operation. Nick Leonardo's reaction?
That this is the most disturbing video that I've ever been asked to comment on since I've been doing the legal analyst job here at the station.
Some of your theories are so bizarre. Are you worried about them affecting your credibility?
I have no worries about that.
As News Channel 5 investigates first revealed, Sean Taylor had voiced support for all sorts of bizarre conspiracy theories, many of them involving child sex trafficking and some of the country's most powerful political figures.
So be real careful, especially when it comes to our state agencies.
In a phone call in the run-up to the Millersville sting, Taylor once again reveals his conspiracy-fueled paranoia, insisting that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and other state law enforcement agencies are involved in the child sex trafficking.
So we just got to be real careful with them because we have people that we've already identified that are involved in the money laundering side.
Truth be told, it's a lie.
It's unhinged.
It's unhinged. It is very, very, very dangerous.
In fact, this team photo for Operation Clean Sweep, as Taylor dubbed it, consisted of just 5 police officers from Millersville, none with actual experience running child sex stings. 2 of the men were introduced to the group as prayer warriors. The woman in the middle, a 3-time Republican candidate for Congress from North Carolina, who faced accusations of domestic violence and child abuse that she denied. There were also 2 MAGA podcasters and this man, former Navy SEAL Craig Sawman Sawyer.
And one of those locations is near Nashville, Tennessee, that they're flying the children into.
Sawyer now routinely makes unfounded claims, raising money for his own nonprofit called Veterans for Child Rescue, although there's no evidence that his group has ever rescued any actual children. And here behind closed doors, Sawyer talks about his own bizarre hopes for his work with Sean Taylor.
So start whacking some, not to make it political, but whole leftist, corrupt, pedophile, this evil thing that's taken over Nashville.
And then just when you thought it couldn't get any more shocking, you keep listening, and it just gets worse as it goes.
We're going to have search warrants that are already, they'll have to meet certain parameters for us to execute the search warrant, but they're going to be pre-signed search warrants.
And so a search warrant cannot be pre-signed. You have to see what's going on, and you have to put that into a warrant, and you have to swear to that individually in front of a judge, and that becomes the probable cause.
Is a pre-signed search warrant going to stand up in court?
A pre-signed search warrant would be a criminal offense in and of itself.
In the recordings, a member of Sawyer's team reveals a deal with Sean Taylor where Millersville PD would seize data from any suspects and share that data with Sawyer's group, people who are not sworn law enforcement officers.
They're going to dump their phones, and they've agreed to give us their contact lists off their phones.
But there's no reason whatsoever that any kind of evidence, electronic data that's seized from any kind of device pursuant to a valid search warrant should ever be in the hands of a private individual.
In our case, you literally create a profile, and within 10 seconds, it's flooded with predators saying, hey, baby, blah, 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 blah.
And the video shows it was members of Craig Sawyer's team actually doing the chatting, posing online as a 12-year-old girl. But listen to what Sean Taylor says he was told about how it had to be done to make it legal.
So we just talked to our DA. And so with the Tennessee state law, it says that the officer has to do the actual typing. That with our law, it says that it has to be a law enforcement officer posing as a minor.
Clearly, it needs to be a post-certified sworn law enforcement officer on the other side of that computer tapping those keys.
They needed videos of the law enforcement chatting.
I'm not getting your faces.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, but they wanted to show law enforcement, not us touching the phones.
And the fact that they end up with people who are not law enforcement officers tapping the keys, those cases are in trouble.
Those cases are in serious, serious trouble.
The recording showed the plan was to try to lure the predators to this shell station here in Robertson County because the officers thought the prosecutor in this district would be more likely to work with them on their cases.
Yeah.
This is one of the detectives from that sting who's talking.
Mater there is best friends with the district attorney in Robertson County. They went to high school together. So we said, let's put this here so I can talk to him, and we lock everything in. So he won't stand for nothing, and they all hate pedophiles.
And when they did get one suspect who had bicycled up I-65 from Nashville thinking he was going to have sex with a 12-year-old girl, Millersville police took the man into custody.
They said he was peddling like a son bitch.
And the recording showed the suspect was brought here to this fire station. He didn't want to talk to police, so they turned him over to Craig Sawyer's film crew.
I just walked out. And also camera crew went in and just started asking him questions. He just gave everything up.
The camera crew went in?
Yeah.
Is that?
That's fine. We didn't prompt them. We didn't prompt him to ask any questions. We didn't have him do anything. It was unsolicited, and he just started what we call spontaneous utterance. Just laying it out there.
And hands down, the confession is not coming in for a host of different reasons, because you have a private third party doing the interrogation and sitting here and filming it. That's not coming into evidence. It's just not.
This guy could walk, probably would walk.
He certainly would walk based on the facts that we're going over here. I don't see how this prosecution could stick.
Still, the suspect was booked into the Robertson County Jail, which the detective grimly hints could be his last stop.
Probably, honestly, I wouldn't doubt he gets come up missing in the jail.
Yeah, I agree. I would like that.
That's a Robertson County thing. That way people know Robertson, Murray, Hickman, Monroe, and Giles. You're not coming out of the jail.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does he know that the rest of us do not?
Essentially, it sounds like he's saying, we're taking him to a jurisdiction where we don't think he'll come out alive.
Well, yeah, that could be the inference that's drawn. That's very scary. And I think that's cause for an investigation by the TBI to determine what is meant by that.
Nick Leonardo says he believes Millersville PD is now a rogue agency where conspiracy theorists have decided the laws do not apply to themselves. From what you've heard in these recordings, is this a police department that's out of control?
It sounds to me like it's a police department that had never had control. This is jeopardizing the safety of the citizens of the city of Millersville, and something needs to be done.
Craig Sawyer has gone on InfoWars and other far-right podcasts attacking me for my investigation of Sean Taylor and claiming that this predator sting generated enough evidence to charge another 70 people. There's no way to tell if that's really true. After all, he has said a lot of things that are just flat out false. And unfortunately, Millersville police did not respond to my request for comment.
You know, Nick Leonardo referenced this, but you have some sick, dangerous people, real predators, who most people would agree need to be behind bars.
That's right.
But that won't happen if you're not following the law.
Yeah.